Hello and welcome to another exciting tutorial. In this video we're going to talk about WSL. WSL stands for Windows Subsystem for Linux, and it is a good option for people who want to run Linux inside Windows. It might be better than a VM because it uses less resources. And it also gives you access to your files both ways, which we're going to take a look at now. The steps that I'm going to show you, it will work in Windows 11 also. So let's run PowerShell. And let's run it as administrator. So to install WSL, we're going to type in WSL --install --no distribution. If you don't define the no distribution, it will install Ubuntu 24.04 by default. So let's just press enter. And you can see it's enabling some Windows features. In the older versions of Windows, you actually had to enable these manually. But in the later versions of Windows 10 and Windows 11, you just run this and it will do everything for you. So we just need to restart our computer. Let's do that. And we are back. Let's run PowerShell again and run it as administrator. So if we do WSL-help, you can see WSL is installed. We can do WSL-L-O. So -L is list, -O is online. So we're going to see all the images available online. Let's install Ubuntu 24.04. So this is the image name. This is the description, right? So let's type in WSL-install -D is for distribution. And we're going to use this name here to install. Once it's done installing, it's going to prompt us to pick a username. I'm going to pick the same username as my Windows and then password. And that's it. So if I do cat etc. OS release, you can see it is 24.04. Now to exit this prompt, like exit out of Linux or Ubuntu 24.04, we can either type exit or just press Ctrl D. Get out. Now if we type in WSL-L, that means list all the installed WSLs on my computer. We can see there is Ubuntu 24.04, which is the default one. That means if you just type in WSL, it will enter the default one if you have multiple. So how do we install multiple WSLs on our Windows? Very simple. We can just list the online images again, and let's install Ubuntu 22.04 this time. WSL-install -D for distribution, Ubuntu 22.04. And same thing, it will try to install this new image now. And now we pick the username and the password. And now we are in 22.04. It actually says up here. So if I exit by typing Ctrl D and do WSL-L, so we are back in PowerShell. WSL-L, we can see we have 2 Ubuntu's installed. If I just type in bash or WSL, I will get into the default Ubuntu 22.04 in my case. So if I just type in bash, we are now inside Ubuntu 24.04. Now, what if I want to enter Ubuntu 22.04? To do that, we're going to do WSL-D for distribution and the name of the OS that we installed. Now we are inside 22.04. Let's say you want to change the default to be 22.04. What we do is WSL-S Ubuntu 22.04. That means the OS that you want to be default. And if you press enter and we do WSL-L, you can see the 22.04 is now default. So how do we delete one of the OSs? We can do WSL-unregister Ubuntu 22.04. And if we do WSL-L again, we can see we only have 24.04. Now, how can we access files? If you want to access Linux files from Windows, just open a file explorer and then you can see this new Linux option. And this will list all the WSLs you've installed so far. Let's get inside. And these are all the file systems for the Ubuntu 24.04 I installed. If I go inside home directory, you can see the user I created, and these are all the default files. Now, what if we want to access Windows files from Linux? You can open, let's open CMD. Let's type in bash or WSL. That would enter our WSL. And you can actually see it is using the mount point. But let's say we are at the home directory right now and we want to access our Windows files. We will go inside cd/mount/ the drive name. I only have a C drive, so let's just type in C. And if we do ls, you can see all the Windows file systems right here. That's about it for this video. I hope this was useful, and I'll see you in the next one.